I'm Anthony with Bible Guns and Stuff. Today, we're going to take a little step back to a video I should have done a long time ago, and that is a gun safety video. To kind of give you guys the very 4 rules that you need to follow, the basics, and then give you some suggestions on how to train especially if you're stuck in the house, and also kind of how to secure your guns, or make sure you do secure your gun. So we'll start with the 4 safety rules. Number 1 is always treat the gun like it's loaded. Always. So especially even at the gun shop, if somebody hands me a gun, this is my normal carry gun here. So when somebody gives me a gun, I always drop the magazine if there's a magazine in it to make sure that's empty. And then I also rack the slide open and look into the barrel to make sure there is no bullet or anything in there. Or if you're at a range and somebody hands you one as well, it's good to check it as well to make sure that there's no stuck case or anything like that in the chamber as well. So that's rule number 1, is always treat the gun as if it's loaded. And if my little tidbit is somebody hands you a gun, even when I'm looking at a brand new gun, say at the gun dealer, I always drop the mag and check it. And which comes to the second one, always point the muzzle in a safe direction. So if you got people around you, you don't want to go flinging the gun around like this, talking or whatever. You always want to have it pointed down range towards your target, sitting on a table without being touched. Or usually when I look at a gun, if I'm in a gun store, I'll put it up high so you can see, but I'll always point the gun. Even if I'm checking at a gun store, I'll point the gun down towards the floor or down towards the case, not towards the person that's showing me the gun. It's just proper etiquette and it's proper safety. But a lot of people, especially at a gun store, I think I'm I overly do it, but a lot of people, they don't do that. They'll fling the gun, hey, whatever. But me, I always point it away from anybody, which goes to the 3rd, which is when you're holding a gun until you're ready to fire. When you have your point of aim and you're pointing it down and you're ready to destroy whatever's downrange from you, then you can put your finger on the trigger. But you'll see a lot of rookies or newbies, they'll have their hand on the trigger. That's how you know the normal people who handle guns from the fake ones. Well, not fake ones, but the newbies, or people that haven't been trained or did their own little research on the proper gun etiquette. So if, just like you saw those 2 people in, I think it was Missouri, during the riots, when they came out of their house and the wife's holding the gun with her finger on the trigger, that's not good at all. I think he had his finger on the trigger too. But always keep your finger off the trigger until you have your point of aim, you're ready to fire. Then you bring your finger down and handle your business. And which goes into the next thing, they all kind of flow into each other. So once you have your point of aim, your finger on the trigger, you have to know what is behind what you're shooting at, and make sure that you're willing to destroy whatever's behind there, because bullets, they come with a price tag, especially when you're using them in self-defense. Everything you hit, if you hit somebody or an innocent bystander or something, or you're at a range or whatever, or you're out in the field and you don't know what's past whatever you're shooting, then you could run into a lot of trouble, because you don't know what you're firing at. You don't know what's downrange if you miss. And a lot of people miss a lot of times. So just that as well. So are for. We'll go back over them. Always treat the gun as if it's loaded. So, like I said, when somebody hands you a gun or you pick up your gun, don't assume that, hey, oh yeah, there's no bullets in it. So you always check, always drop the mag, look at the magazine. Always drop the mag, look at the magazine. Always rack it and look in the chamber to make sure there is no bullet in that chamber. Number 2, always point the gun in the safe direction. Do not point it towards people, animals, cars, anything like that. Always point it in a safe direction. Like I said, when I'm at a gun store, gun range, anywhere, you're not gonna see me pointing the gun, even if I'm about to buy it or want to feel how heavy it is and stuff, and just feel how it feels in the hand. I'm always pointing down at the counter or down at the floor. So if the guy that's trying to sell me the gun is in front of me, I'm pointing it to the left, and down. So even when it's, I know it's not loaded, it's just I feel that it's a respect thing. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you had your point of aim and your subject acquired, whatever that may be, a still target, whatever. Then you can put your finger on the trigger. Otherwise, leave it up here, bring it down when you're ready to fire. And 4, always know what's behind what you're shooting at, so you don't shoot any innocent bystanders or just have any kind of accident that can be prevented by you doing your due diligence and knowing what's beyond what you're shooting at, because people miss, and they miss all the time and all day, like I said. So another tip for first timers or first time gun owners, due to the pandemic and all the craziness that happened and is still happening. Guns, they're still flying off the shelves at this time. So we want to make sure that in the home, you want to keep your gun safe, but you want to keep it accessible. So what I mean by that is, if you have a pistol, it's probably going to be easier to just get the LifePod case, or a case that'll fit your pistol that locks. It can either be, they have RFID chips, they have combination locks, they have all kinds of different locks nowadays. You want to keep that thing locked up, and if it's in your house, it's your only gun, keep that wherever you're going to be. Say you're in the living room, you're going to be there. Have that lock case somewhere where if somebody kicks in your door, by the time they step their boots or whatever through your threshold, you can already have that gun and be ready to go. And number 2, I guess the last thing would be, it's kind of hard, especially nowadays, to train, to get your training on. So one thing you can do is just dry fire. Dry fire, you pull it back, acquire your aim, know what's behind it. Even though your gun, make sure your gun is unloaded. You do that, you always check your chamber, and then just pull that trigger and keep doing it over and over. What it does is it helps you train and kind of know what to expect and where your break is, but also it kind of helps you get rid of the jitters and keep a good sight picture. And also the final thing of training, what I did is I have the SIG M18, and this is my carry gun. It has a carry. We'll take a look at it later. The SIG M18 here with the hollow sun. What I went and did was I bought this guy, SIG Pro Force airsoft gun, which is a close replica. When I bought this, they didn't make the M18 version, which is just the smaller slide, but now they have it. But this is the M17, which is his big brother. So you see there how similar they are. They have pretty much the same build and everything. So what I did was I went out and bought one of these. So what that does for me is, since this is my carry gun, I'll put this in the holster and I can practice drawing from the holster, because most of the time you can't do that at a range. They won't let you because it's dangerous, which it is. So if you have an airsoft gun, you can train and be safe, non-lethal. It will hurt if you shoot somebody, but you won't kill yourself or put a hole in yourself if you accidentally do something, you do something wrong. So you can, this actually, when you shoot it, I don't think I have any gas in here. Otherwise, I'd kind of show you, but let's see. Always make sure there's nothing in this magazine either. So our chamber's clear. And what I'll do is I'll just draw, aim, and shoot. And it also works like a real gun, pretty much. So you'll get recoil, but it won't be the same recoil felt as if you shot a real bullet. But you get kind of the same feel, and it's a good training tool. These things are expensive, like $150. Then you have to buy the gas plus bullets, so you're looking probably at $175. But I mean, if you can't get to a range, it's probably well worth it for you to be able to train, because you can do it in your living room and get some shots on paper or whatever you're shooting at or aiming at, and still be in your home and not have to worry about things. And it's not the same, of course, but it is still good for training, especially when you're holstering or something like that and you want to just practice your draw. So that was it. I mean, it's a short video. Just wanted to get that out to you, because I should have done it a long time ago. I had one of my family members reach out and ask me about my thoughts on a gun they were looking at, and I knew it was their first gun, so I wanted to make a video. It reminded me, hey, most people are buying their first gun nowadays, and they need to know the basics of basic gun safety. So number one, treat the gun like it's loaded. Number two, always point the gun in a safe direction. Number three, keep your finger off the trigger till your sight's acquired and you're ready to shoot. Number four, always know what's behind what you're shooting at. And those are the basics. If you mess up on one of those, it could be catastrophic. But usually, if you practice, especially those first two, especially if you're in the home or you're cleaning your gun or something like that, make sure you definitely practice those first two. Always treat it like it's loaded. In the home, always point the gun in a safe direction. If you're in an apartment, there's no real safe direction technically, especially if you're on the second floor or the third floor, or however many floors there are. So just be extra careful. Guns can kill. Guns are extremely fun though. So with the adrenaline, the excitement, and all of that stuff that comes with shooting a gun, and the danger, comes the other aspect, which is being extremely safe and responsible with your gun. So as far as locking it up, your state's gonna have their laws, but I say always keep your guns away from children, and always teach your children the safety laws as well. I've taught my children the safety laws, and also told them if they see a gun laying around, go get an adult, tell them about it, do not touch it, walk away. So thank you. This is Anthony with Bible, Guns, and Stuff. If you have any questions for me, you can put them down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I've been away for a while. We need to grow this channel. So just share this to anybody you know that is a new gun owner or looking to buy a gun, because they've been scarce for a while. So they're coming back now, but you can't find ammo for them, which is crazy. So thanks again. Have a good day. Be blessed. Bye-bye.